How to tell if it's an orchid root that's growing or a spike. Here I have two orchids that I recently purchased and they're both developing spikes and new roots, so I'm going to show you the difference. Orchid roots have a much more rounded tip and it's glossier, greener, and there's a silver coating to it that lets us know when the root is hydrated or not. But in between these two leaves, you'll notice that there's also an orchid root developing there right next to this orchid spike. And if you look at the orchid spike, you see those two little points on it. Well, that's supposed to look like a mitten. And here is the orchid root, and as you can see, the tip of this is much more rounded. Orchid spikes are a little bit easier to identify once they're a little bit bigger because they're not as glossy and they don't have that silver coating as I mentioned earlier. And again, the tip is a little bit more flatter and it looks like a mitten. Orchid roots can develop on any side of the orchid stem, while orchid spikes usually show up on the sides between two leaves. Lastly, orchid roots will tend to grow towards the inside of the potting medium if it's healthy, and orchid spikes will tend to grow towards the direction of the light. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and follow for more plant care tips.